So this video is for the part 3 of the quadratic modeling unit for the blended algebra 2 class, the homework, the practice. We're going to do number 3 and number 4 on the video here. So number 3 says a football is thrown to a receiver 40 yards away. The following quadratic function models the path of the football. All right, and it's talking about once it leaves the quarterback's hand, D is how far the distance from the quarterback, and H is the height of the football. So they want to know how many yards from the quarterback does the football reach its maximum height. So what we're going to do is we're going to type this right into Desmos. Use Desmos when you can. The only thing to make sure is that Desmos will not let you use H and D. You have to replace those variables with X and Y. So let's type this function in. We're going to type in Y equals instead of H of D. And we will have Y equals negative 0.025 x squared plus x plus 5. Now we need to readjust our window here because I cannot see the maximum yet. So remember, to adjust the window, you hit the wrench in the top corner. And let's make the x value bigger. So let's start with 100. Looks like I can see the whole graph then. And make the y value bigger. I don't know, let's try 20. It looks like that should be enough. Yep, there it is. So there's our path of the football. All right, so we are looking for the maximum here. So we are going to click on the maximum. And the question is asking how many yards from the quarterback does it reach its maximum height. So we're looking for the x value, that's the distance, which would be 20 yards. All right, so here we go. We're at 20 yards. That would be the distance away. What is the maximum height of the football? Well, that would be the y value, the 15. Now remember, the 15, the y values are measured in feet. So the football is 15 feet above the ground. Excellent. Now, the receiver misses the throw. How far from the quarterback does the football hit the ground? So we're going to click on the x-intercept. It says round to the nearest tenth. So that'd be about 44.5 yards away. That's when it hits the ground. And finally, how high above the ground is the football when it's 40 yards from the quarterback? So that's where the receiver is. They're 40 yards away. How high is the football off the ground? Well, to do this, remember, if we're looking for a specific x value, we go to our table and type that x value in. So the distance, 40 yards from the quarterback, is 5 feet above the ground. So it looks like, even though that's not that high, the receiver probably just missed the throw. Since it was 5 feet off the ground, maybe they just missed it going past their head. All right, so that's question 3. Let's look at question 4. You and a friend are hiking in the mountains. Oh, where did question 4 go? Here we go. You and a friend are hiking in the mountains. You want to climb to a ledge that's 22 feet above you. The height of a grappling hook, that's the hook that you throw to help latch onto the rocks, is given by this function. At what height is the grappling hook thrown from? That's the starting place. All right, now, if you don't know by looking at the equation, you can graph this, which we'll do in a second. But remember that this constant on the end of our function is the y-intercept, or the starting value, which would be the height that the grappling hook is thrown from. And again, that represents the y-intercept on the graph. If we go to our graph, if you need to see it visually, you can type the function in. Remember, you need to use x's here. And I'm going to adjust my window in a little bit. How far? Let's make this a max of 20 for the x's. And the y max, let's make it 30. And I'm going to actually bring that down to 15. There we go. That looks a little better. Well, where it's thrown from is the starting place, which here says 0, 5, which is the y-intercept again. So reiterating what we just said. What's the maximum height that the grappling hook reaches? We click on the maximum. The height is the y value, which would be 21 feet high. Now the question is, using that answer, can you throw it high enough to reach the ledge? Well, we are told that the ledge is 22 feet high, and we only throw the grappling hook 21 feet. So no, you are not able to throw it high enough. Since the hook misses the ledge, how long does it take for the grappling hook to hit the ground so that you can try again? Well, that features the x-intercept, and that would be 2.146 seconds. So you don't have to wait very long, only just over 2 seconds to try again. How high is the grappling hook after 8 seconds? Well, after 0.8 seconds. 0.8 seconds is an x value. So we go into our table, and we're going to type in 0.8, and it tells me that the height is 20.36 feet. All right, all we have left for this unit to do is the review. If you are feeling extremely confident and you've done all of the packet here, you might be able to try the test. But if you're still struggling figuring out x's and y's and features of graphs, then try the review. There'll be some videos as well on Canvas.